What if I told you that one of the biggest brands in the world doesn't advertise at all, yet it generates more revenue than Coca-Cola? That's right. Costco's Kirkland Signature brand makes over $58 billion per year, more than Coca-Cola's entire company revenue. But here's the real secret. Costco doesn't actually manufacture these products. Instead, they use a strategy that lets them dominate industries, outperform major brands, and make billions, all without spending a dime on advertising. And the best part? You can copy this exact strategy to build your own brand, just like Costco does. In this video, we're going to break down how Costco secretly uses private labeling to beat big-name brands, why Kirkland Signature is its most powerful weapon, and how you can apply this strategy to build your own profitable brand. Stick around until the end, because I'll reveal a key move Costco makes that gives Kirkland an unfair advantage, and how you can apply the same tactic to your business. Welcome to Smart Money Vids, where we explore the habits, mindsets, and strategies that set the wealthy apart from the rest. Let's get started. Most people think of Costco as just a store that sells in bulk, but the real secret to its success isn't discounts or membership fees. It's their brand, Kirkland Signature. Unlike big-name brands that spend millions on marketing and advertising, Kirkland sells more by doing the exact opposite. Costco doesn't waste money convincing you to buy Kirkland products. Instead, they place them right next to the most popular name brands at a lower price, making the choice almost effortless for shoppers. Think about it. When you walk into a Costco, you'll see Kirkland batteries next to Duracell, Kirkland coffee next to Starbucks, and Kirkland vodka right alongside Grey Goose. But here's what most people don't realize. Many of these Kirkland products are actually made by the same manufacturers that produce the name brand versions. Costco's strategy is simple. Instead of letting major brands take all the profit, they go straight to the manufacturers and cut a deal to sell the same or similar products under the Kirkland Signature label. By eliminating middlemen, Costco keeps production costs low, avoids the expensive overhead of traditional advertising, and sells Kirkland products for significantly less, while making higher profit margins. And here's where it gets even smarter. Unlike traditional retailers that fill their shelves with thousands of different brands, Costco keeps its product selection small. The average Costco store carries around 4,000 items, while a typical Walmart has over 100,000. But Kirkland Signature stands out as a massive force within Costco's business. Costco has developed hundreds of different Kirkland Signature products across nearly every category, from food and beverages to clothing, electronics, and household essentials. Kirkland isn't just another store brand. It makes up nearly 1/3 of Costco's total sales and has been growing even faster than the company's overall business. That's because instead of competing with big-name brands, Costco positions Kirkland products right next to them at a lower price, while often being made by the same manufacturers. This strategy builds customer trust and ensures that Kirkland Signature isn't just a budget alternative. It becomes the go-to choice for millions of loyal Costco shoppers. And the result? Kirkland Signature alone brings in over $58 billion annually, making it one of the most successful private label brands in history. Now that you understand how Costco uses private labeling to dominate, let's take a closer look at why Kirkland Signature outsells major brands and why customers keep coming back. Costco has built an empire with Kirkland Signature, but why do customers actually prefer it over big-name brands? The answer lies in trust, pricing, and product positioning. One of the biggest challenges store brands face is perception. Many shoppers assume that generic brands are lower quality, which is why most retailers struggle to convince customers to switch. But Costco took a completely different approach. Instead of cutting corners and selling cheap alternatives, they partnered with some of the biggest manufacturers in the world to ensure Kirkland products meet or even exceed the quality of premium brands. Take Kirkland coffee, for example. Many Costco shoppers don't realize that some of their coffee beans are roasted by Starbucks, the same brand they'd be willing to pay a premium for. Kirkland batteries? They come from Duracell, one of the most trusted names in the industry. Even Kirkland's vodka has been linked to the same distilleries that produce high-end brands like Grey Goose. This strategy eliminates the fear that Kirkland is an inferior product. Shoppers know that when they buy Kirkland Signature, they're often getting the same quality as name brands, just without the big marketing costs. That alone gives them a reason to switch. But Costco doesn't just rely on trust. Their pricing strategy is another key reason why Kirkland outsells major brands. Instead of marking Kirkland products significantly lower than competitors, which might make them look like a budget option, Costco prices them just slightly below the name brands sitting next to them. Imagine standing in Costco's aisles and seeing Kirkland coffee for a few dollars less than Starbucks, or Kirkland olive oil just below Bertolli. That small price difference makes Kirkland the obvious choice, especially since customers know they're getting nearly the same product. And Costco takes it a step further by keeping limited choices. Unlike grocery stores that offer dozens of brands for the same product, Costco simplifies the decision. If they carry two options, one name brand and one Kirkland, many customers will default to Kirkland simply because there are fewer choices. By combining high-trust strategic pricing and fewer competing options, Costco has made Kirkland Signature the go-to brand for millions of shoppers. That's why Kirkland isn't just another store brand, it's a $58 billion empire. Now, let's talk about how you can apply this exact strategy to build your own brand, just like Costco does. Now that you understand how Costco built a multi-billion-dollar business with Kirkland Signature, the question is, how can you apply the same strategy to build your own brand? The good news is, you don't need a massive retail chain to do it. You can use private labeling to create a profitable brand from scratch, just like Costco does. The first step is to find a high-quality manufacturer that already produces a product you want to sell. This is exactly what Costco does when they partner with companies like Starbucks and Duracell to produce Kirkland products. Instead of spending time and money developing a product from the ground up, you can work with manufacturers who specialize in making high-quality items and simply brand them as your own. Once you've chosen a product, branding is key. This is where many new sellers make mistakes. They think private labeling is just about slapping a logo on a generic product. But as Costco has shown, branding is what makes customers trust and choose your product over competitors. Instead of looking like just another private label brand, create packaging and a name that makes your product feel premium and exclusive. Costco doesn't position Kirkland as the cheapest option. They make it look like a high-quality brand that happens to be sold at a better price. You should do the same with your brand. Pricing is another critical factor. If you price too low, customers will assume your product is low quality. If you price too high, they'll just go for the name brand. Costco mastered this by pricing Kirkland products just slightly below name brands, making them the obvious choice. You can apply this strategy to your private label brand by setting your price just below competitors while making sure your product looks premium. Finally, leverage limited competition to boost your sales. Costco removes unnecessary choices to increase Kirkland's dominance. You can do the same by targeting niche markets where fewer competitors exist. Instead of launching a generic product in a highly competitive space, look for gaps in the market where you can position your brand as the go-to option. When you put all of these strategies together, partnering with top manufacturers, building a strong brand, pricing strategically, and reducing competition, you'll be using the exact same playbook that helped Costco turn Kirkland Signature into a $58 billion empire. Now, before you start, there's one critical mistake that many new private label sellers make. One that could cost you thousands of dollars if you're not careful. Let's talk about that next. Private labeling is a proven way to build a profitable business, but most beginners make one critical mistake that costs them thousands of dollars and kills their brand before it even starts. The mistake? Ordering a huge amount of inventory before testing demand. Too many new sellers get excited about a product, place a large order, and assume it will sell. But without testing the market first, They risk getting stuck with thousands of unsold units and losing their investment. This is one of the fastest ways to fail in private labeling, because once you've spent your budget on a large shipment, you're left with very few options if the product doesn't sell. Costco doesn't take that risk with Kirkland Signature. Before committing to a new Kirkland product, they analyze market demand, test pricing strategies, and gauge customer interest. They have years of data, customer buying patterns, and even direct feedback from members before they ever decide to introduce a new Kirkland product. You need to do the same, even on a smaller scale. Here's a simple, risk-free way to test demand before placing a big order. Instead of buying inventory up front, list your product on Facebook Marketplace or run a small pre-order campaign. This allows you to gauge real interest without spending thousands on stock. Facebook Marketplace is one of the easiest ways to do this because you can upload high-quality images of your product, write a compelling description, and monitor how many people inquire about it. If you start getting messages from potential buyers asking how they can purchase, you know you're on the right track. Another simple approach is running low-budget ads on Facebook or Instagram to see if people show interest in your product. You don't even need a website, just a landing page where people can sign up for a pre-order. If people start submitting their emails or asking when the product will be available, that's a strong sign that your product has demand. But what if no one shows interest? That's actually a good thing. It means you just saved yourself from a costly mistake. Instead of spending thousands on a product that won't sell, you can tweak your offer, test another product, or refine your branding before making a big commitment. This is exactly what successful private label businesses do. They don't take blind risks. They validate their product first, analyze the data, and only then do they move forward with a large order. By avoiding this costly mistake and ensuring demand before investing in inventory, you give yourself the best chance at success, just like Costco does with Kirkland Signature. Now that you know how to apply Costco's private label strategy while avoiding costly mistakes, let's wrap things up with some final thoughts. Now you know exactly how Costco turned Kirkland Signature into a $58 billion empire and why it consistently outsells some of the biggest name brands in the world. Costco's strategy is simple, but incredibly effective. Instead of manufacturing products themselves, they use private labeling to partner with trusted manufacturers, eliminate unnecessary costs, and pass those savings on to customers, all while making higher profit margins than traditional retailers. And the best part? You can apply this exact strategy to build your own brand. By choosing the right product, working with a great manufacturer, creating strong branding, and pricing strategically, you can build a profitable private label business, just like Costco does with Kirkland Signature. But remember, the biggest mistake new sellers make is jumping in without testing demand. Costco never launches a Kirkland product without knowing it will sell, and neither should you. Start small, validate your idea, and only invest in bulk inventory once you've seen real customer interest. If you found this video valuable, let me know in the comments. And if you're serious about getting started with private labeling, comment Private Label Starter Kit Volume 2 below, and I'll send you a free guide to help you take the next step. At Smart Money Vids, we're all about turning knowledge into action. Check the description for helpful tools and subscribe for more life-changing insights. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.